Welcome back to NBA Edge, now your go-to channel for everything happening across the NBA. Today, we're breaking down the latest game results, taking a full look at the standings in both conferences, and previewing the upcoming matchups you do not want to miss. Let's get straight into the action. We begin with the latest result, where the Orlando Magic delivered a dominant performance against the Charlotte Hornets, winning in convincing fashion 121-90. This was not just a win, it was a statement. Orlando controlled the game from early on and never looked back. Leading the way was Paolo Banchero, who put up 25 points and set the tone offensively. He looked confident, aggressive, and in complete control throughout the game. Supporting him was Franz Wagner, adding 18 points and providing consistent scoring that kept the pressure on Charlotte's defense. On the other side, LaMelo Ball tried to keep the Hornets competitive, finishing with 23 points, but it simply wasn't enough to overcome Orlando's intensity and execution. The Magic showed balance, energy, and efficiency, while the Hornets struggled to keep pace on both ends of the floor. This result reinforces Orlando's position as a serious contender in the middle of the Eastern Conference standings. Now let's shift our focus to the current standings, starting with the Eastern Conference. At the top, the Detroit Pistons hold the #1 spot with an impressive record of 60 wins and 22 losses. Right behind them, the Boston Celtics sit at 56-26, continuing to stay within striking distance. In third place, the New York Knicks stand at 53-29, followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers at 52-30. The Toronto Raptors and Atlanta Hawks are tied in record at 46-36, holding the 5th and 6th spots respectively. The Philadelphia 76ers come in 7th with 45-37, just ahead of the Orlando Magic, who also hold a 45-37 record.
Further down the standings, the Charlotte Hornets are 9th at 44-38, while the Miami Heat complete the top 10 with 43-39. Outside the playoff picture, the Milwaukee Bucks are struggling at 32-50, followed by the Chicago Bulls at 31-51. The Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, and Washington Wizards round out the conference with significantly lower records. Over in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder lead the way with a dominant 64-18 record, setting the pace for the entire league. The San Antonio Spurs are right behind at 62-20, making this one of the most competitive races at the top. The Denver Nuggets hold third place with 54-28, while the Los Angeles Lakers are 4th at 53-29. The Houston Rockets follow closely with a 52-30 record. In 6th place, the Minnesota Timberwolves sit at 49-33. The Phoenix Suns are 7th with 45-37, while both the Portland Trail Blazers and LA Clippers share identical 42-40 records in 8th and 9th place. The Golden State Warriors round out the top 10 at 37-45. At the bottom of the West, the New Orleans Pelicans and Dallas Mavericks both stand at 26-56. The Memphis Grizzlies are just behind at 25-57, while the Sacramento Kings and Utah Jazz share the worst records in the conference at 22-60. Now, let's take a look at what's coming up next. On April 18, 2026, the action starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where the Toronto Raptors will face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in what could be a key matchup for playoff positioning.
Later in the afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Denver Nuggets. This game has serious implications in the Western Conference standings, especially with both teams fighting near the top. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Atlanta Hawks go up against the New York Knicks. Expect intensity here, as both teams are looking to solidify their spots in the East. Finally, closing out the night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the Houston Rockets will battle the Los Angeles Lakers. This matchup could shift momentum in the West, especially with both teams closely ranked. That's your full NBA update, covering results, standings, and what's ahead. The season is heating up, and every game is starting to matter more than ever. Now, the question is, who's making the biggest push as we head toward the playoffs?